The concept of vibration is fascinating because it conveys that everything in the universe is in constant motion. It's perpetually vibrating and shifting. When quantum physics initially examined the atom, early physicists identified the physical components: protons, neutrons, and electrons. Yet, as they began to dissect it, they discovered that at the deepest level there was nothing tangible. It revealed itself as a vortex of energy. Energy itself is invisible. What does energy appear to be, or what is it? You can conceptualize energy by envisioning a rock plummeting into a pond. The energy from the rock as it impacts the water translates into the pond's surface. What follows? Ripples that spread outward, ripples and ripples radiating outward. That's the manifestation of energy. Can you perceive the energy? Energy acts as a force shaping matter. Therefore, one observes the water being molded by the energy. It's not the water that generates the waves. It's the energy beneath the surface. It's perpetually vibrating. Waves and ripples emanate from atoms. Atoms function as spinning vortexes of energy, generating waves as they do so. These ripples extend out into the cosmos. Which atoms? All atoms. Everything that constitutes our known universe regarding physical reality stems from atoms. Each atom is an energy vortex with ripples radiating outward. There exists a variety of vibrations indicating diverse rates of rippling. Some atoms produce expansive slow waves, while others create rapid short waves. Thus, it involves wavelengths and cycles, which differ across various atoms. Yet, all atoms share a fundamental trait. They embody vibrations. This concept holds substantial significance in physics because when vibrations converge, what occurs? If two ripples draw near one another, there are two distinct outcomes when these ripples unite. If they resonate in harmony, both will oscillate up and down simultaneously. Bad vibes indicate that the energy present in your surroundings is misaligned with your own, resulting in destructive interference. This means that these energies counteract each other, potentially diminishing your vitality. It's crucial to identify these vibes for your well-being, as good vibes signal that you're in a conducive environment, while bad vibes suggest that your energy is being compromised, which can threaten your sense of life. Since energy equates to life, a reduction in energy translates to a decrease in life force. Thus, we must consider vibration. Everything vibrates because all atoms are essentially spinning nano-tornadoes emitting waves of energy throughout the universe. A key takeaway from quantum physics is that all atoms are associated with vibrational energy. However, energy is inherently invisible, which poses a question. If we are constructed from energy, how can you perceive me? The truth is quite simple, albeit amusing. You can see me because the lights are on. The light consists of photons, energy particles emanating from a light source. When these photons interact with your energy, they bounce back, causing you to see the light rather than my invisible form. In essence, you perceive the light reflecting off my energy's surface. Below this layer of photons, I exist as an unseen structure because atoms embody energy and energy remains invisible. Fortunately, we can utilize light to present that which appears as matter, despite being entirely energetic. While our physical forms may be invisible, you perceive us only through the light we reflect. Advanced medical technologies such as MRI or CAT scans reveal the structures within the human body, yet it's essential to understand that these scans do not measure light. They solely detect the energy fields present. So, let's explore further. Negative vibes indicate that the energy present in your environment clashes with your own, resulting in destructive interference. These energies negate one another. It's crucial to be aware of these vibes for your well-being because positive vibes signal that you're in a beneficial environment. In contrast, negative vibes suggest that your life force is at risk as you're losing energy, and since energy equates to life, losing energy means losing life. This leads us to the concept of vibration. Everything vibrates. Why is that? All atoms are like tiny tornadoes in motion, radiating waves of energy throughout the universe. The key understanding from quantum physics is that all atoms consist of vibrational energy. However, energy, by its very nature, is invisible. This poses an interesting question. If we're composed of energy, how is it possible for you to see me? Here's the simple truth that may sound amusing, but it's fundamentally correct. You can see me because there is light. The light consists of photons, which are energy particles emitted from a light source. When these photons interact with your energy, they are bounced back. Thus, you don't see me directly, but rather the light that is reflected off the surface of my energy. What you perceive is essentially a layer of photons. Beneath this layer, I'm made of an invisible framework. Why is that? Atoms are energy, and energy doesn't have a visible form. Luckily, we can use light to help illustrate what appears to be physical matter, even though everything is made of energy. Our bodies may be imperceptible, yet you can observe us purely due to the light that reflects off of us. Additionally, modern medical technologies such as MRI and CAT scans allow us to visualize the various structures within the human body. However, it's important to remember that these scans do not detect light. Instead, they measure energy fields. So, here's the conclusion. The frameworks within your body may be unseen, yet they consist of energy fields that can be measured by devices designed to detect energy. Beneath that surface layer, we're not visible. Yes, while you may not be easily observable, tangible objects are still present. So where does the tangible aspect of energy reside? Atoms can be thought of as miniature tornadoes. To illustrate, envision a real tornado. It's a swirling vortex of energy. Attempting to drive through a tornado, you would find that its vibrational force field could actually lift your car and toss it away. These energy vortices, akin to nanotornadoes, possess their own force fields. Now, when you try to make contact with something, take this hand for instance, it appears solid to you, right? However, when the lights are turned off, it becomes invisible. Yet even in darkness, I can bring this hand to touch the other. So what am I actually touching? You're connecting with the vibrations. Shouldn't my hand pass through the nano-tornadoes formed by the atoms in my body? Each atom has its own small force field, and when you combine trillions of these force fields, they create a remarkably powerful effect. Therefore, this hand cannot penetrate this hand because when they meet, the force field repels it. In essence, vibration gives rise to the world we perceive as what? Physical matter, material objects. These are illusions, cluttered with debris and dust carried by the wind. Yet here's the crux. If you were to remove the dirt and dust from the tornado, the energy force field remains. Even if it becomes invisible, the force of energy is still present. You can sense it pushing against you while you exert pressure on it. That feels tangible. Although the ancient civilizations didn't discuss quantum physics explicitly, they possessed an innate understanding of its principles through their awareness of vibrations. Despite living in a world that seems solid, their ancient wisdom was intricately woven into the fabric of the Hermetic Principles.